Okay, guys, here we go. This is very timely. A friend of mine sent this to me, JD, this morning. The timing is impeccable. I just did the Arch of Baal. I told you it represented the destruction of the human temple and the production of the new temple of the devil, which is our body as a host body for the devil. And that's what it stands for. That's why the Twin Towers were bombed. That's why you can see it through the Arch of Titus. And then now you can see the One World Freedom Tower, and it's got the minaret on top and the beam 666, because that represents the new temple for the devil to occupy. The devil is Baal in the Bible. It's all Baal's been, used as the name for the devil all throughout the Bible, the Old Testament. So we know that arch that's being put up in London, by the way, it went up today. Here it is, the Arch of Triumph. We know that the Arch of Triumph is the Arch of Baal. We also know the Arch of Triumph is the Arch of Titus, and Titus destroyed the temple. Now that's a representation of the human condition, that the Twin Towers were destroyed, and in their place was put up the image of the One World Freedom Tower. So I'm not going to go over that again. You guys go back and look at the other video. So there's the Arch of Triumph. It's been built today. It's going up in London. Okay, so that's a fact. Now let's look at this Jaguar commercial that just came out. This is as in your face gets. This is the beast. This is the monster. This is Baal, the Lord and Master of humanity, that's showing everybody through a TV commercial that he's in control. Now watch this. This is what's going to happen. This is what's about to happen. So sit tight. Here we go. I'm going to rewind this. Okay, it's called the Master Plan Jaguar XE. And by the way, this is cryptic too, the X and the E. Let me show you what the definition of Baal means. Baal means Lord and Master. Here it also means Lord or husband, right there. And it means owner, possessor, and Lord, and here it is, Lord and Master. That's what Baal means, Lord and Master. That's what it means. It means husband. Okay, so now let's go back to the master plan, like Lord and Master. So this is Jaguar, and it's cryptic. It's, you can switch out the word Baal for master, and you will once you see this commercial, because I just showed you what these arches represent. It's the Arch of Triumph. Satan is saying he has triumphed over God, and he has created a host body. And that's why God's going to burn it all with fire. Now, here we go. Watch.
It's time for a change, a new plan.
It's time for a change, a new plan. Watch what he does with his bow tie. The bow tie is a right side up and upside down triangle, and he hands it to the cat.
Needs a new boss.
Oh, let me go back so I can freeze it. There you go. A new plan needs a new boss. Okay, we're going to break this down, so I'm going to be rewinding back and forth, and you guys can play it in its entirety, but I'm going to break it down for you. Watch.
A new plan needs a new boss.
Okay, let's see who this actor is real quick. Okay, this guy right here. Sorry, let me get his eyes open. There he is. Okay, so that's the guy that played Loki in the Avengers. He's saying a new plan requires a new boss. Well, the name of the commercial is Master Plan. Let's just switch that out for Baal. Okay, so now let's look at Loki. Here's Loki. Here's the same guy. Here's the guy right here. There he is. And there he is. Okay? There he is. And let's look who he plays in the Avengers movie. Here's who he plays. He plays Loki, and he's like, he's an alien from another dimension. He's a god. He's a god. And he's got two big horns like the devil, and he's interdimensional, and he's here to take over the whole earth and make the whole human race his slave race. That's what his role is in the Avengers. And he's leading an army of aliens to do it. So that's who he is, and that's the same actor. So let's like read that into it. Let me close that out now. We've already seen him.
A new plan
A new plan
needs a new boss.
needs a new boss. Well, let's see what the new plan is.
It's time for something more surprising.
Something more surprising. Because it's going to come as a surprise. Watch.
More British, more Jaguar. We've already created a beast.
So he says, we've already created a beast. I want you to look behind you. Look behind him, and you'll see, the structure, chemical structures of atoms and stuff put together, or different elements. He says, we've already created a beast. Well, they did. They did that in the Garden of Eden, that we're the beast. The beast is inside of us. Let me show you who this actor is right here. Just a moment. Okay, so this guy right here, he said, we've already created a beast. And this guy is the guy from X-Men. There he is right there. So this guy right here is that guy. It's obvious. There he is. There he is. There he is. Okay, and this guy right here, see he's wearing his glasses? He turns into the beast right here. There he is. So this is him as the beast. He turns from man to a beast. Okay, so we've identified these guys. Let's go back to the commercial. Like I said, we're going to be starting and stopping it. Here we go.
Created a beast. Now it's time for a new animal.
Okay, he says, we've already created a beast. Now it's time for a new animal. Now listen. He pushes his hand out, and then the outer layer, or the skin of the car, the outer shell, disappears, and you can see what's really inside the car. Just like the human condition, the beast, the monster, hides itself in suits of skin, of human skin. Let me use the scriptures real quick at this point. Okay, I like always going to the scriptures because the scriptures always bear it out. Now, I could use a bunch of other scriptures, but I'm going to use this one. Isaiah 30, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Okay, that walk down into Egypt. They have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves, and in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So this is their identity. This is who they are. So now I just want to use the scriptures. They cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, because it's the spirit of the devil. Now here we go. Here we go. Let's watch. Back it up a little bit again. Play it again.
He's a beast. Now it's time for a new animal with the same potent DNA.
It's time for a new animal. The same proto-DNA. So, just like the Twin Towers and the one that were destroyed, the One World Freedom Tower, now it's time for a new beast. Twin Towers are gone, same proto-DNA, but it's time for a new animal. Let's watch what it is.
Same potent DNA, but even more ruthlessly efficient.
It's time for a new beast with the same proto-DNA, but now ruthlessly more efficient. The meaning of ruthless. I'm sorry, there's a little lag right there. Let's look up the meaning of the word ruthless. Here we go. Ruthless. Having or showing no pity or compassion for others. Merciless, pitiless, cruel, heartless, hard-hearted, cold-hearted, cold-blooded, callous, unmerciful, unforgiving, uncaring, unsympathetic. Okay, so that's an interesting word to choose for an automobile. Ruthlessly more efficient. That's not a word that you use for efficiency. I mean, is efficiency merciless, pitiless, cruel, heartless, hard-hearted? That is not an adverb. Ruthlessly efficient. That is just This is all obvious. So let's go back. So I'll play it all the way through so you can hear what he says. And then I'll pause it again. Here we go.
We've already created a beast. Now it's time for a new animal with the same potent DNA, but even more ruthlessly efficient. Unleash the cats.
Okay, now he says, unleash the cats. Now listen, this is where you really need to pay attention. Do you see the orientation of these cars? Let's see, here we go. Look at the orientation of the cars. They're in a triangle coming at you. Look, each one is a mirror reflection. I told you, the world of good and evil, right side up and upside down. Been preaching it since the day I got saved. Key to the kingdom of heaven. Jesus is on the cross right side up. He represents everything good. Peter is on the cross upside down. He represents evil because our condition is evil, and that is the condition of humanity. Now, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So here we go. So now this guy's saying, unleash the beast. I mean, isn't that in the Bible? Yeah. I think it's Revelation 13 off the top of my head. I think it's Revelation 13. I can check it out in a minute for you. But let's see what's going on. I want you to look at this lamp right here. You see that? That's on purpose. That's the tip of like a warhead. Look at him standing here. Let's see. Here's the United States. Let's see. Okay, so these are images of nukes taking off and landing, or it's like a first strike scenario. See it? See all the nukes flying up, going out? Unleash the beast. Look at all the cars. They're all red. Represents blood. Why are all the cars red? I mean, let's go back to the beginning of the commercial and look again. Let's go back to the beginning. I want you to look at all the cars. All the cars are just bland, plain, colorless. Kind of like the Scion commercial. Remember I did the Scion commercial for you in part 2? In a world that is bland, colorless, and cold, where venality grows like a fungus or a mold, there lived the boring sheeple. Y'all remember that? Go look up Scion XD Little Deviant commercial. Okay, well, here's all these bland, colorless cars, and now the new boss is coming.
It's time for a change. A new plan needs a new boss. It's time for something more surprising, more British, more Jaguar.
Time for something more surprising, more vicious, more Jaguar. Yeah, that sounds like a car commercial.
We've already created a beast. Now it's time for a new animal with the same potent DNA, but even more ruthlessly efficient. Unleash the cats.
Okay, unleash the cats. Well, here they all come, and it's all red, right side up, upside down, coming right at you. In the shape of a triangle. Remember I told you the night I got saved? Pyramid is your enemy. Let's keep watching. Okay, that's important right there, because the road splits. Watch. Because this is where the road splits, people. You'll choose one or you'll choose the other. Anyone who tries to save his life will lose it. Anyone who loses life will save it. I'm going to escape that mode. Let's go. Now, XE, I guarantee you, is cryptic. That's an X chromosome. It's probably xeno. And then E means an abnormal, like alien chromosome, off the top of my head. But I haven't looked it up, but I'm sure that's what it means. Anyway. Okay, here it is. The new generation. The master plan. The new generation. Now let's look. What do you see right here? Let's enlarge it. Oh, wow. It's over in England. Where did they just put up the arch today? They put it up in England. And here's one side of a bridge going to a tower and another side of a bridge going to a tower that's connected like the Arch of Baal. Oh, my gosh. There it is. The new plan. The two have become one. They've been joined together, and now they're one. And then it's red, white, and blue, and it's also the colors of England's flag, the flag of the United States. However, it's also Red is blood that has oxygen. Blue is blood that doesn't. The white, I'm not sure. But other than that, it is a representation of the two flags. Where were the two arches of Palmyra or the Arch of Baal supposed to go? The United States, red, white, and blue, and England, red, white, and blue. And there are the two towers. Same as the Twin Towers, the two sides of the bridge being connected by the arch for the new generation, which is the beast, the new type of whatever he said. What did he say? It's time for a new type of, let's see, what did he say?
We've already created a beast. Now it's time for a new animal.
A new animal. Animal.
To say a potent DNA, but even more ruthlessly efficient. Unleash the cat.
Anyway, yeah, what are the odds that this would come on the heels of the Lord letting me solve entirely the mystery from when I was called in the alley in 2002? I mean, this is the very next day. I just put the other video out. What, a day ago? 2 days ago. Anyway, there it comes, folks. The beast is about to be unleashed. They're about to pull the trigger. This is an outward manifestation that's in advertising, just like the little deviants. If you didn't see the little deviants, it's in my other video. Let me see. I'll probably go have a look for you real quick. Okay, I just switched over to this video, Part 2, Alien Agenda Proved, Biblical Proof. If you go to the 2 hour, 3 minute, 27 second mark, or around about there, you can watch the breakdown of the Little Deviant commercial. I mean, it's the same thing. It's a car commercial showing that humans are the food for the new race of beings. So, I mean, car commercials that are just manifesting the real agenda. Anyway, there it is. Yeah, coming to a city that you're in immediately. It's coming quickly, people. This is manifesting very, very quickly. You need to get your house in order. You need to be ready. You need to be ready to lose your life, okay? You need to be ready to just let it all go. In the moment it happens, just call out on the name of the Lord, okay? But it's time to die, folks. Flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, so praise God. So don't be afraid. There's no fear in death. Every new beginning is some other beginning's end. And it's the end of their world, and it's the beginning of our new world. So for those of y'all that aren't saved, it's bad. Real bad. For those of you that are saved, it's the best thing in the world. Knowing that it would make this image, knowing that they could watch the destruction and the death of all those people through an archway. Let me show you something else. Yeah, I was pretty fired up on that video. It's just disgusting. See, you know, I want to show you something else too. You'll see right here on The Simpsons 9/11, New York. It had the 9 and the Twin Towers, and Bart's holding up the stack of money. I don't know how old Bart is, but does Bart have a job? No. Where'd Bart get the big stack of money? He's holding up the money in front of the 9/11 because cryptically they're saying the image of that is printed on your money. It's a talisman, guys. It's a spell. Everybody carries it around, does business with it. Anyway, one more time, start to finish. It's time for a change. It's the new race of beings. The beast was created in the Garden of Eden, and now it's time for that creature to be over and done with. Twin Towers, over and done with. It's time for the new animal to take a center stage with a new master, Baal. And this commercial says it all. If you don't get this, I'm sorry, man. This is ridiculously obvious as it gets. Watch it in its entirety.
It's time for a change. A new plan needs a new boss. It's time for something more surprising. More British, more Jaguar. We've already created a beast. Now it's time for a new animal with the same
I want you to recognize the new animal was under the skin.
potent DNA, but even reducing them.
I don't know what this is up here. I'm sure I can go look it up on the Bridge of London. But I guess that's what this bridge is. But whatever this lit up thing is, it's going to be significant too. Anyway, it's a bus. It's like so redundant, folks. Get ready for the end of the world. I'm an end of the world harbinger. Jesus is coming. Satan's rule on earth is about to start. It's not going to last long, so don't take the mark. You're better off getting your head lopped off, okay? Because the mark is forever death. Those who die in Christ is forever awesome. Don't forget the bride of Christ is leaving, so be ready, okay? God bless.